$2,400 fourth stimulus check. Some shocking information I want to share with you right here in this video. I have all the details and everything you need to know, so let's get right into it. All right, a $2,400 fourth stimulus check sounds way too good to be true. I completely agree with you. It does sound way too good to be true. However, there is some information out there right now indicating the next stimulus check may actually be $2,400. So I want to get into it and discuss all the details, where we currently stand, and where is this $2,400 actually coming from, and if possible, when could we possibly see something like this? Well, let's get into it and discuss all the details. As always, we have a lot to cover, and there are a lot of moving parts, so let's jump right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you want to stay updated with everything going on right now in regards to money, benefits, stimulus, checks, additional programs, or anything else out there right now that you can possibly take advantage of, please make sure to subscribe down below, as I am your one and only daily advocate, and I am very much dedicated to you and this community to continue doing all the research every single day, breaking it all down into these short videos, which I deliver a couple times throughout the day, so that you can stay posted with what is actually going on right now during this very busy time, especially as Congress continues to come out with all these new ideas, proposals, packages, and anything else out there right now to get extra money into the pockets of the people. So again, thanks so much for joining me. I'm here for you every single day to help you out and to keep you updated with what's going on, and I'll continue to do that going forward. So again, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos going forward during this very busy time, and I'll continue to find any money, benefits, or anything else, and I'll continue to keep you updated and, of course, point those things out to you so you can take advantage of everything going on right now. All right, thanks again. Let's jump into it and discuss a potential $2,400 stimulus check. Wait, what? Sounds way too good, right? Again, like I said, I totally agree. Sounds way too good, but stick with me on this because I'm going to talk through some details on this, and you're going to see some interesting information that is going to lay this all out for you very clearly, and it's going to be pretty obvious what's going on right now. All right, so before we get any further, I want to throw this out there right here, right now. As of right now, a fourth stimulus check is not approved, okay? It is not in the works. It is not going to be delivered anytime soon. As of right now, a fourth stimulus check has not been approved. I want to throw that out there right away so we're all on the same page and that I don't get accused of saying, it's on the way, it's going to be delivered tomorrow. No, it's not, okay? So that we're all on the same page here, so I want to throw that out there. However, I do want to point some things out to you because, as I've been mentioning here over the last couple of weeks, I am very much getting way deeper into the camp of saying that additional checks of some kind would be coming simply because of the economic details that are going on right now. The things that are going economically are kind of falling off a cliff right now, which again, if you are in the camp of needing additional money and or stimulus checks, this is probably some pretty good news, okay? So let me talk through the details on a potential $2,400 next check and talk you through the sequence of things that have gone on here and how this could actually point toward the next check. All right, so stick with me through this. We're going to talk about a lot of different numbers here, but I think you're going to see the very clear picture that I'm about to paint for you right now. Now, not obviously, I'm not going to be physically painting a picture for you, but rather a mental picture. I think you'll be able to see it here play out pretty quickly. All right, so let's talk about where we currently are right now. Well, recession is upon us. Is that a good thing or bad thing? Well, it depends how you look at it. A recession, it just is. That's all it really is. It just is. If it's a good thing for you, then great. If it's a bad thing for you, then let's try to figure out how to make it a good thing, because recessions at the end of the day are only a reset. It's a reset, and in this case that we're currently dealing with right now, a recession is probably a very welcomed reset because of all of the craziness that's going on right now with inflation and literally everything else right now. And recessions ultimately do spur the additional distribution of money to the American people. Why do I know this? Well, let's look at history, because this is very important to watch. Now, the thing is, does history repeat itself every single time? No, but history does, it does do very similar things. Doesn't mean that history does the exact same thing every single time, but history certainly leaves some very good clues and gives us a glimpse into what is likely going to be happening once again. Is it going to follow the exact same path? Probably not the exact same path, but it's going to follow a very, very similar trajectory. So let's talk about what happened here over the last, call it 21 years. Again, stick with me on this because you're going to see something very, very obvious here. All right, so back in 2001, during the depths of the recession, when the dot-com bubble happened to pop, remember that one? The dot-com bubble was in, the basically imploded, right? So kind of interesting because that's when the internet was just kind of starting to take off. And here we are, look at this. The internet was still a very new thing back then. And now here we are all these years later. And it's like none of us could even function any single day without the internet. So anyway, kind of interesting. But early 2021, after the dot-com bubble had popped and things were really, really bad, they came out and approved a stimulus package back in the day. And they sent out ongoing $300 checks to the American people. Now, it was a $300 check for individuals, okay? I'm only going to talk about individuals, not married couples, just so that we're all on the same page here, and so we're using consistent numbers. Okay, so in 2001, they distributed a $300 stimulus check because of the recession that we were in at that time. Now, let's fast forward out to 2008. Again, what happened then? Well, we had the subprime meltdown. We had the housing market collapsing onto itself. We had all kinds of things going on right then. And once again, we were in another very deep recession. Well, what did they do in 2008? They sent out another stimulus package that contained $600 stimulus checks. So from 2001, we got $300. In 2008, we got $600. It doubled. $300 to $600 is a double. All right, next. Let's fast forward out to 2020. What happened then? Well, COVID came in and everything was locked down. We went into a very brief recession, but it did happen to be a recession at the time. In early 2020, it was officially in the books, another recession hit. What did they do? They printed up tons and tons of money and they sent out stimulus checks. How much were the stimulus checks? They were $1,200. Do you see a little bit of a trend here? Here's what happened. 2001, $300. 2008, $600. 2020, $1,200. They've been doubling every single time that we go into a recession. Guess where we are right now? Yeah, recession, right? So here's the thing. And again, a recession, it has all of these negative connotations, right? So we could look at a recession being, the world is collapsing. Well, yeah, kind of. But at the end of the day, is it a bad thing? Again, totally depends on how you look at it. It could be a bad thing for some people, but what I would want to encourage you to do is look at how you can make the recession a good thing, because here's the thing. A great reset, like a recession, happens to be a pretty amazing opportunity. If you're looking in the right places, you can take advantage of some amazing things during a recession, and you can probably do pretty well for yourself, even somebody living on a small income or fixed income. So my point is, recessions are not always the worst thing in the world. They are great resets, and a lot of times they offer some great opportunities and for the world to come back to equilibrium and to kind of get things under control after a crazy period of time of expansion and then all of a sudden implosion, right? So here's the thing. When it comes down to another stimulus check, let's look at this trajectory as I just mentioned a second ago. 2001, $300. 2008, $600. 2020, $1,200. It continues to double every single time. Why? Why does this continue to double? Well, because of the current situation that we are in, with all of these situations that continue to play out, it takes more and more money to re-stimulate the economy back into livelihood, right? So each time that we fall into a recession, the economy is technically smaller, was smaller. So back in 2001, the economy was much, much smaller than what it was in 2008. In 2008, the economy was much, much smaller than what it was in 2020. The economy in 2020 is still smaller than what it is today as this next recession hits right here. Right? You kind of see where I'm going with this? Now again, does it mean that every single time that a recession comes in and that stimulus checks are distributed, that they're going to be doubled every single time? Not necessarily, but it has been painting a very, very interesting picture and trend. Why have the checks doubled every single time? Does anybody know the answer to that? Do we think it's just a coincidence? I highly, highly doubt it's a coincidence. Almost nothing is a coincidence. There's a lot of different things that are planned, and there's a lot of things that happen behind closed doors that we, the people, Americans, are not supposed to know about, okay? And again, it's not all that top secret to be talking about stimulus checks doubling every single time. I mean, that's not top secret information. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of things that go on that we are not supposed to be aware of, right? But the fact of the matter is, we continue to see this trend coming out. Every single recession, the last 3 recessions that we've gone through over the last 21 years have all encountered and have all distributed stimulus checks. Okay, well, we're right here right now. According to the most recent reports, we basically just pegged another recession. Now, as of this recording right here, right now, it has not officially been announced yet, but it should be announced here within the next couple weeks. We'll be getting that information out, and they'll be confirming that, yep, for sure, we are in a recession. Now, does that mean as soon as they come out with that designation that all of a sudden they're going to print up a bunch of money and send it out in the form of checks? No, it actually doesn't work that way, not quite yet. What we need to do is once the recession has officially been declared, then we wait for the big collapse, right? We wait for the big whoosh. And then when that whole thing comes in and we see this big collapse and everything, everybody is, kind of panicking, wondering, what's going on here? Again, we got to keep our cool on this because there's nothing we can do about this other than ride this wave out and look around for the opportunity in this big reset. So again, I'm going to be here for you, helping you out through this entire time, making sure that you're staying aware of what's actually going on here and where the opportunities are. Guarantee it, there will be some massive opportunities here. So the fact of the matter is, when these recessions come in, they don't automatically come out and say, okay, stimulus checks, recession is here, let's give out stimulus checks. No, they wait for basically the time where everything is melting down and it looks like things are going to get really bad really fast. That is when the Federal Reserve comes in. That is when Congress comes in and passes these massive packages. Now, when we look back into the early 2001s, the 2008s, the 2020s, the packages continually get bigger and bigger. So in 2008, for example, it was about $800 billion that they passed. In 2009, they actually passed another one that was just under $800 billion. In 2020, they passed $2.2 trillion. Do you think the next one's going to be $500 billion? Probably not. It's probably going to be like $3.5 trillion, $4 trillion. It's probably going to be something unbelievable. But a lot of this is going to be predicated on how far into this recession are we? How deep have we gone? Is it just a little brush into recession, or are we falling off a cliff and we need to quick pull the parachutes? That's what it's going to come down to determine where are we sitting with this recession? How deep is it really getting? How bad is it getting? What kind of contagion is this also spreading onto other countries, globally, all kinds of other things that are going on. So there's going to be a variety of different factors that determine, will there be stimulus checks that are distributed? If so, how much of a dose of money do they really need into the economy? Because remember, at the end of the day, do they send out stimulus checks because they care about us? I'm going to be real with you right now. They don't send us checks because they care about us. They send us checks because they want to stimulate the economy. They know that by stimulating the economy, they can send money to the people, and they know that we, the people, will spend it. That's why they do it. They care about the economy. Unfortunately, they don't care about us. I'm just being real with you right now. They don't care about us. They care about the economy, and that's why they send us checks. It makes us feel good about ourselves and makes us feel like, oh, they care about us. No, they care about the economy. They want the economy to be fine, and they want us to give, they give us money because they know that we're going to go out and spend it. So anyway, but the fact of the matter is, I don't really care if they care about me or not, because I don't really care about them either, right? When it comes to them, because seriously, the mess that they continue to get us into, I mean, seriously, somebody's got to take some accountability on all this stuff. But the fact of the matter is, if they're going to send us out money, who cares? I'll take the money. I'd gladly take a check. Please, send me a couple checks, right? I think you can probably speak for the same thing. Of course, I can't speak for you because I don't know where you stand on all this, but the fact of the matter is, if they're going to send us some money, by all means, send us some checks. That's all we really care about. Get us some checks. We'll be glad to go out and spend those things on the necessities and everything that we need right now. So anyway, does this kind of give a little bit more clarity on where more stimulus checks would be coming from and how this recession could come in and give more checks to be distributed and how another check could actually be doubled from all these that we've seen over the last 21 years, doubling every single time, 300, 600, 1,200, next could potentially be 2,400. Make sense? Anyway, I hope this video helps you out to give you a better glimpse into what's going on. You got to look at all the different aspects of everything going on right now because it is such a weird dynamic time that we're living through. That's how things are going right now. It's very different with the things that are happening. Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please leave your comments, questions, and feedback down below. Also, make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. And so you don't miss any videos going forward during this very busy time. And I'll continue to be here for you right by your side every single day to help you out in any way that I can. And of course, to help you get as much money, benefits, programs, or anything else we possibly can right now. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Subscribe, share, and go back and check out those other videos. Until next time, have a good one, enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.